Welcome back to Chat Lab. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ethan. This is the podcast where thoughts are tested.
Today we're going to be probably talking about how we study, because last week we didn't really get into it.
Yeah.
We are recording on a Saturday. College has been too
Yes,
hectic
so
for me.
we should probably address this.
Yeah, college, man. I don't know what else to say. College. My friend's leaving. It's my birthday after this weekend, so everything's a bit crazy at the moment.
Yeah. So what happened is we started pushing our Thursday recordings onto a Friday just because it managed to work out easier for everyone. And then Evan had kind of a lot going on Friday, so we couldn't get it done. And now we're recording it Saturday morning because we actually need one out this week.
And I am starving. Man, I only just got up, so I haven't had a chance. I had to set up the mic, download Audacity, because I'm on my laptop instead of my PC, and it's just very hectic. Okay?
Yeah.
Everything's going wrong. College has been hard. Like, it's different. It's very different. I don't know if I like it. Well, no, I do. I do.
Okay, yeah. I definitely like college a lot more than secondary school.
I think I prefer it just because of the fact that it's, there's not this extra thing where I have to do all these other things and not carrying around loads of books trying to, go from class to class. And I know it's all online, but it's still, it feels better. But yeah, it's all online because I was meant to be in on Monday for 2 hours. That's how it was going to be with the whole restrictions at the moment. I had 2 lectures on campus on Monday. And then the Friday before I went in, the government were like, oh, yeah, so we're going to make you guys level 3 now, so you have to do it all online unless you have to be in for like labs and stuff. And I was like, oh, great. So I'm all online now. And then the timetable got switched around so much.
Yeah, we just got a survey sent out to us yesterday for all IT students, just being like, enter all your details, and if we all got moved online, do you have a PC at home, and would you actually prefer if we moved online? It was like a survey, and then it was like, please explain why, and I was like, well,
yeah.
Everything we do in this course is on a computer, so I'm much more comfortable at home.
Yeah, like I knew you'd be like, yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, or figure out my shit at home way easier because I don't have to, organize lifts in, make lunch before. Like that's it's nice, but like not for this current state that we're in, where like I have to go in, travel along this lane like I'm a car, go to my stick to this path, and then sit in my separate box from everyone. It's just I'd rather stay at home.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit better to stay home. But what I don't like about online learning is the lecturers that just record everything and don't teach. Because like for business statistics now, right, that's like maths, right? It's proper maths, and you kind of need to be taught. But I haven't gotten any like lecture from him. From the 12th of October onwards, he's gonna start doing like a Q&A each week or something for like half an hour. But like all his actual lectures are pre-recorded, so you have to figure it out yourself.
Right.
So if you have a question, you can't ask for a week, or you can't, whatever. And I'm sure you probably could email him, but like, still, And then with my accounting one, I don't have an email for that guy, so I had to actually, and I can't message him on like the thing we use for with the college for like updates and assignments and all that. So I had to create a discussion in the module page to ask for his email, so everyone could just see like, oh hi, I don't have your email, can I have it? Because I finished the accounting assignment I'd gotten from him, and I want to know if it's right. So I wanted to send it to him, and I can't yet. So like those things are really annoying when like you kind of need to be there a bit more extra when you're online, because there will be more questions and you will need more help.
Yeah,
because I can't just look for him, or I can't.
And it's not like you're being dependent on someone like a lecturer. It's just like what you're getting at is like at those end of lecture end of the lecture questions you go up and ask, just being like, oh yeah, is this look right then, what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Or what did you mean by this? Do you mean this? Kind of
Exactly,
questions.
yeah. And like,
And they're hard to get across online.
I didn't want him to hold my hand through the example, like, or the assignment. I didn't want him to be like, you put this there, then this there. I just want to be like, I did it, and I want to be like, is this right? If not, I suppose you could give me some reasons or some places as to where I was wrong, and then we'll be chilling. But that didn't happen. So I don't know,
Yeah.
because I don't have his email. But it's whatever. I mean, like, there's nothing really much I can do about that, other than ask him for it, and hopefully he'll give it to me. But the thing is, it's the weekend now, so I might not get it to Monday.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean,
You never know.
what can you do? There's nothing really I can. So yeah, I hope it's right. I tried my best. Accounting is not my strong suit. I didn't do it for the leaving cert. So, oh, actually, did you see for the CAO thing, the whole problem with that? With
No.
the calculated grades? Apparently 6,000
yeah.
students got their grades lower than they should have. The algorithm got it wrong. Because
I wonder if the algorithm got anybody wrong in their favor.
well, the reason why they got wrong was because their English, Irish, and Maths were meant to be your basis for your highest subjects, or something like that, and then your other ones would be a little bit based off that, as well as what the teachers said and all that. But for like a lot of students, the English, Irish, and Maths, they were taken as their lowest. So it kind of screwed up the rest of the algorithm for those students, and they lost loads of points. Then I think, I don't know if I gained any more. It doesn't matter. I'm in my course, but I'm just curious. I can check it later, but I don't know. But yeah, that's like, to make matters worse, they did that. They messed up the algorithm, like.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty hard to write a really specific algorithm for predicted grades. There's so many factors for it, like.
Yeah, and I suppose it's just, to me, it just doesn't make any sense as to how you could do such a thing and then, be like, oh, sorry, we made a mistake. Sorry, you couldn't finish your
errors
career.
in the code, man.
Yeah, don't worry, man.
Say it's a simple problem, still has big consequences, but
yeah,
that's everything, man.
We'll be having you doing the calculated grades now next year.
Yeah, man, I'll be CEO of getting shit sorted, like.
yeah, definitely. I'm going on LinkedIn Learning, looking up how to do an algorithm for calculated grades.
How to do an algorithm. I'm literally in an algorithms class right now.
Leave me alone.
And I'm reading a book on algorithms.
I
speaking of coding, actually, this month is October. It is Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
It's also Halloween month.
Yeah, Spooktober. Well, so there's two big companies in the tech industry called GitHub and DigitalOcean, and they collab in October and they do a thing called Hacktoberfest. Like Oktoberfest in Germany, but it's like a computer version. So basically, GitHub is like where you host all your files for your project so that people can view you. It's like a mass place for your portfolio work and stuff.
Yeah.
And they do this competition, I guess. It's more like a participation thing where if you commit to this big if you make changes or make improvements or add files to like an open source project, someone that everyone can jump into.
Yeah.
If you do like 5 of those in the month of October and they all get accepted by the owner of the project, you'll get a free t-shirt that says like Hacktoberfest on it.
Oh.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. I want to try and do that and get myself sorted.
Get yourself a t-shirt.
Yeah, I would very much like that. The problem is that at the moment there's a lot of people, like, basically it's called a pull request, which is like when you make changes to a project. Yeah. And people are just spamming pull requests and stuff. So they'll go into like the documentation of something and they'll change a full stop to a comma and they'll submit that for a pull request. or they'll delete some white space and they'll submit that for a pull request. And it's just like it's spamming and ruining a lot of open source projects because they get flooded with an influx of really stupid pull requests. So that's a big problem at the moment. So I don't know why. I don't know. I really wanted to do Hacktoberfest this year, but I don't know because they're only giving away 70,000 t-shirts. I say only, but like
only.
There's a lot of people in the world, and there's probably a lot of people spamming pull requests to try and get
moderators that can be like, okay, you did nothing to this code, or you did.
Oh no, there is. It's just it's the fact that like it can be anyone's project, right? Anybody's.
Okay.
So like let's say
what do you mean?
let's say you host this let's say you have this app that like tells you what a Minecraft seed looks like when you put it in or something. And you're developing that app and someone, you're making documentation, you're adding new features and stuff, and you're doing that all year round. Then October comes around and you get like 500 requests of stupid little like comma changes in the documentation or like fucking comment in your code. And it's just a bunch of those and it floods the project of those things. And though you can just decline them and they won't like get anything out of it, it's a hassle for the owners of like a genuine project.
Yeah. I get what you mean. I think you should still try it though. You never know.
Oh no, I will because it's the month of October and it's only the 3rd. But yeah, I need to try and do some pull requests or something.
And you can't go for another year, so you might as well try. Imagine you showing off how much of a nerd you are with a t-shirt.
Yeah, speaking of being a nerd, I did have an exam on problem solving last Wednesday, or Wednesday at gone
already.
I suppose. Yeah.
How?
Well, I've been in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Only 2 weeks.
The second year, so
I suppose I won on the 20th, but that's not 2 weeks.
I've another one on the 12th. I've already been submitting assignments. Like I've done base percentages of most of my modules, but
yeah, I'm getting another assignment on Monday, so that's gonna
problem solving test was okay. I think I did all right. Hopefully it went well. I have this interest, this ever-growing interest to get into competitive programming.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you're given a problem in like the way a math problem be given in like English terms or whatever, and you're given what it's supposed to do when you give it a certain values, like what it's supposed to output or things like that, right? And you have to solve it based on like how well you solved it, how quick it solves, how much memory it uses, lower is better, and like how fast it goes and things like that. And I'm actually getting really interested in it, so I found this PDF of this book called Competitive Programmer's Handbook, and I'm going to read that because it looks really handy. Basically, as well, a big incentive of this is I really enjoy it, but a lot of technical interviews and companies pull from like algorithmic and data structure questions. So like basically when you go for an interview with a tech company to be a developer, they will ask you like an algorithmic problem.
Oh yeah.
So if I do competitive programming, I'll have more experience with dealing with those kind of things, especially under a time constraint. So
yeah, I suppose that's a good thing. Like,
yeah, it's a good bit of practice, but it's also something I enjoy. So I'm kind of going to try and fill it out that way.
Yeah. But yeah, the well, I said it earlier, didn't I? The LinkedIn learning thing. Did I say that?
Yeah, you said you mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing the Excel thing.
Right.
The Excel course. I found one on it. It's like 2.5 hours long, and then there's like an advanced one that's another couple hours.
There's a mastery path that's 24 hours long.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, like it's not like one course. It's probably like your 2 hour one, your advanced one, a couple other ones. Just let me know what you get out of those courses because they are on my roadmap of like things I need to do. But I've been putting it off because setting aside several hours for Excel a week is like it could be worth it, but I don't know if like it's too long. Like if I could just, if I could watch a shorter course, get more knowledge. Because I want to do the whole mastery path and be very proficient in it. But
I'm gonna do this like 2.5 hour one. And then I'll let
see
you know.
How you are.
Yeah, I do like 20 minutes or something like that, or maybe more at a time. But like I wouldn't go over that. I just do like a couple chapters or whatever, or sections, because it's all split up.
Yeah, sections are usually what I do.
Yeah, so I just do a section and I'm like, alright, cool. I didn't learn much from the first section of this one because it's literally teaching you like what Excel is and how, the basics of like the whatever it's called, the ribbon at the top.
Oh,
There you
right.
go. I learned it's called the ribbon,
Yeah.
but just things like that. So it's very basic at the moment because I haven't gone back into it, but it's good so far, I suppose. But I'll let you know how it works, because if I do like it and it does help, then that would be good for you. And I also had to use it for accounting, so I've been, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I have to use it for discrete mathematics at the moment. We're like putting functions into it to get out like
yeah,
solve certain number of problems and stuff. So I definitely need to get sorted out because I was so lost the first week. He was just like, open this, click that, do this. And like, I kind of knew, like, because we had done a little bit of it last year with like graphing functions on Excel. And I was like, this is fine. But he was just so like whizzing around. I was like, I need to know how to whiz around in Excel. And he even said it. He was like, when you go to work experience, or when you go co-op in third year, I can guarantee you half you be using Excel. So, and I was like, shit, all right, okay, I gotta get on top of it. Like,
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, it's fine. I definitely do want to know how to do it like properly and like use, like the auto sum like a bit, more effectively, and like do graphs all cool and
yeah,
whatever. But it's cool so far. Yeah, I think I might need to use it for programming,
yeah, I'm pretty
and I'll
sure
need
you're
to use it
learning
for business
Visual Basic,
statistics.
and that's what they use in Excel. So,
Yeah. Um. So yeah, but I mean, like the problem is that like, right. So my timetable is pretty packed, because as well that I don't know it 100% when I have lectures now, that the timetable's like been flipped upside down. Because like I woke up at like 20 to 10 one morning,
right.
and I had an email from a lecturer saying that I had him from 9 to 11, and I didn't even know.
Yeah, you kind of need to be on top of yourself, which is annoying because it shouldn't be your dependency. Like, you shouldn't have to be awake at 8 o'clock waiting to see if you have a lecture. You should know.
Yeah, so I just wrote it down on my timetable, like, with the pen instead, like, just so I could have it there. And that means that if I do have it again, at least I'll be prepared, and if I don't, then okay, I'm up, whatever.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, so because like my timetable is very random, I guess at the moment, but also just the fact that it's packed. Like, I haven't really been playing as many games. Like, I know I've been playing a bit more Rocket League with you now, but like, so I went on like a Call of Duty bender. Like, I finished the officer challenges. Right, there's 100 in a season, and I came in the season when there was 23 days left. So that's over halfway done, and I finished the battle pass, and I finished. What else did I finish? I finished the
You're
battle
just a little
pass, and I
gamer.
finished the officer challenges. I finished them like all, like the majority of them. Like, I wasn't grinding the entire time, and then I noticed, oh, there's officer challenges. I forgot I have to get them done as well. So I was grinding for like a grinding for about 3 days, but like doing them for about like a week or two,
Right.
and yeah, it was just a bit tough. But I got there in the end. But then season 6 came around, and it was like so different. I don't know. Everything just played differently. Like, I played the first day it came out, and I came off raging.
Yeah, no, I have that same experience with Fortnite. So, like,
Like, everything.
yeah, when you get a new season, you're all excited and you hop on, and then you realize that things change. So it's not just like new content; it's actually like new gameplay, and sometimes you're not ready to let
Yeah,
go
but
of what
like,
you had, especially if you've been grinding for 3 days to play on that old like gameplay. You're so used to it, and you're like so efficient at whatever you're doing, and then if it switches it up, you get
yeah,
really like, what the fuck, like, what's going
it
on?
didn't even change that much. Like, the gameplay wise, there was a couple buffs and nerfs here and there, but like, that was it. Like, there was nothing crazy, and it wasn't like I changed my guns or my guns were nerfed.
Right.
It was just like everything was a bit different, and I don't know. I had a different feeling. The new maps, horrible. I hated them, and I was just going crazy. Nothing was working for me. So I just stopped. But then, like yesterday, the day before now, I was, popping off a little bit. Like, I was doing well,
Yeah.
getting on long streaks, because like sometimes you kind of just go crazy, and you just get it all done real quick. But yeah, the officer challenges don't seem as hard this season. Like last season, um there was one where you had to buy the armor box bundle 30 times, and the armor box bundle is $6,000 in game. Like, so
Takes a while.
it's really hard to do because you could get like maybe one or two in a game, and then you have to go again. Like,
Yeah.
and it has to be in Warzone. Like, it can't be in Modern Warfare, and it can't be in Plunder because you can't buy that in Plunder. So it's really difficult to get that done. But they don't have anything like that anymore, I don't think. So that's good.
It's worth addressing. What game did you come off? You came off raging on COD, and what game did you hop back onto after you raged on COD on Thursday or whenever it was?
I think for a bit I just didn't do anything, and then I hopped on Rocket League.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a
Yeah.
little bit. That's just a little bit. We have both been playing a lot of Rocket League the past week.
My car looks
I'm pretty
sick.
sure.
I got my first box.
Pretty sure we mentioned last week that that it was free to
It was
play,
free.
and my God, have I been playing up to that? Like, I actually love Rocket League. Like, I didn't think this would be a game that I'd love and be really fun with, because like as soon as I heard it was free, some games I heard they're for free, and I go, oh, Rocket League went like, oh, cool, and I downloaded it, and then I was like, oh, I'll just play like a game or two, and I was like, oh, this is sick. So, have you been playing much competitive, or are you just casual gaming?
I haven't gone into competitive. I always just get casual because I only played for the fun so far. But like, I don't want to do it without a team.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
don't wanna
absolutely.
just, matchmake. But I what? I never thought I never thought that it would be a game that I would enjoy.
Yeah, the exact same.
Because I always thought, oh, it's gonna be so hard, like, and I'm just, I couldn't. Like whenever it came up, it was always like, meh, I don't think I'd like it. Like, I definitely wouldn't buy it. So when it was free, even then it took me a while to download it, and it's not even that big. But I just kept stopping it. One, because I can't like watch stuff while I'm downloading because it's really slow. But also because I just didn't want to, like, get it done so quickly. Turned out it was amazing, and my first box that I opened, or crate, whatever, got a class skin or decal, which you still haven't gotten.
Yeah, so this is seems to be a running thing where I can't get anything good out of Rocket League drops, and I'm not that pissed. Like, I do get quite jealous when someone gets something good, because I was like, oh, I wish I had that, but it fades away quickly, and then it just keeps happening. I keep not getting anything nice.
Man, just get good at the game.
Yeah, you see, I think I took all my gamer luck out on Fortnite, maybe, and I just have none left for Rocket League.
Well, there was no crates in Fortnite, or you mean the RNG?
Kind of
for,
RNG,
like, ground
yeah.
loot?
Just every bit of pseudo random numbers was given to me in Fortnite and blessed by who's the leader? It's Tim Sweeney. Yeah, big boy Timmy.
Big boy Timmy. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get anything, but I did. But yeah, it's definitely fun to play.
Absolutely.
I do enjoy it. I like the extra mode, the one with the puck, the most. I played the one with the powers.
Oh, by the way,
where you
when
get
I play
power-ups every 10
competitive
seconds.
is in like everything, right? So the one with the power ups, that's competitive. You play 10 matches, that you will get a rank. That's what I have Plat 2 for.
Oh yeah, I saw that it said unranked.
Yeah. So I found it really fun because it's with power ups, and you just it adds like a layer to the game, and you're like, oh, this could have skill. Rocket League saw that and then made it a ranked mode, so then when you're actually good, you play against really good people. I admire it a lot, I think.
I think it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's ridiculous. Like, you could stick yourself to the ball and just hit it and just drive it in. The ball will be going in. This happened to me. The ball, I hit like a fantastic shot, and I think it was just regular, no power up, and the ball was going in, and it was like proper going, ready for it, and then some guy just used like a plunger
Yeah, that's
They brought it back to.
yeah. You see, you think that's like annoying until you start like saving your power ups and like counterplaying their power ups, and it's oh man, it's a whole layer. It's so amazing.
I do like kicking people though. That's funny. When you can kick them, I like that. They're going for the ball and you just go nope. Yeah, but I think I just prefer the puck one. The basketball one's a bit weird because it's like 2v2 and it's small, and like I think it's kind of weird that you can drive through the net.
Yeah,
Even though I know that's good for defending, I do think it's also just a bit weird that you can't like go up it and hit the
yeah. I
ball.
don't know. I like
you know?
I like that they tried to branch off like from soccer into basketball, but no, I just think they should stick with football. It's just a lot.
The hockey one is the
Yeah,
coolest one
I
though.
quite like that now. It's just it's
Yeah,
because
like
it doesn't incorporate a lot of aerials, so it's way easier for me and you.
yeah, and having it slide along the wall and then hitting it is
Yeah.
class. It slides along the whole wall and you just line up and go bop.
Yeah. Okay. Well, have you watched? Have you been watching any Netflix recently? No.
No, I haven't.
Okay. So I have watched 2 films on Netflix last week, and I have some recommendations. Well, I have 2 opinions. We'll say. So the first one is Enola Holmes. Have you seen these come up at all? No. Yeah, just haven't been on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't want to watch Enola Holmes. It doesn't look fun to me.
All right. Well, I actually really enjoyed it. Might recommend that
Yeah, no, I'm just like
you should maybe give it a chance. I actually did really enjoy that film. I didn't think I would, and it's really good. Okay, I'm not really going to get into like a rundown of it because I'm just recommending to watch it because you should just watch it from there. The second movie I watched is called The Devil of All Time. This is a movie starring Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Right, yeah. It's like when everyone hears that movie, they just go, "Oh, Tom Holland, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen it yet, but I do kind of want to. But it's not like on the top of
I
my
would
list,
not
like, I'm
recommend it.
like itching. Oh, you wouldn't?
No.
Why?
It's just it's so long, right? It's like, and by long I mean nothing, like things happen, but no plot is really developed like at all. It's just a bunch of different things happening for 2 hours or however long the film is. So
That's the best way I've heard someone describe a movie. It's just like things happening for like 2.5 hours.
like there's some pretty explicit and nasty shit that happens for those 2 hours, but you think like, oh, it's gonna all come down to something, but then it just had like kind of a bad ending. And the whole movie was just, there was no real, you didn't like it had a bad ending because there's no build up to anything. So I had nothing to expect. So when it ended, I was like, oh, what was I expecting? There was no build up, like. So I wouldn't recommend watching that, but you might watch it anyway because it's alright. And I do have one song recommendation that I will not shut the hell up about.
Oh yeah, I know you won't.
Pop
Yeah.
Smoke's
Go on.
"What You Know About Love." If you haven't listened to it, listen to it right now because I can't stop listening to it, and I wish I heard this song sooner. And that is this week's on
Yeah,
Ethan's recommendations.
You literally won't shut up about it. It's just constant. Oh man, this song. Hey, like someone joins the call. It's like, hey, have you heard the song?
I just have to spread the love. It's such a good song. I just have to make sure that if you haven't heard it, giving them the chance because it's a really good song.
Two movies I would like to see.
Right.
There's kind of three. Have you seen that Project Power one?
No.
It's like it's on Netflix. It's got Jamie Foxx and the guy from Looper and Inception. I can't remember his name. White guy, black hair, short hair.
I have no idea.
He does the. Have you seen Inception?
No.
You haven't, have you? Oh, never mind. Okay. Anyway, I can't remember his name exactly, but but yeah, it's they're like the main characters, or whatever, and one's like an ex-cop and one's like a something. I don't know, but the idea of the movie is that there's these drugs that can give you like superpowers for like 10 minutes, but there's also a chance you'll just
Ecstasy.
die. Yeah, but like, so there's like in the trailer or something, there's a scene where this guy's like about to get arrested, and he pops one of the pills, and he has like super strength for 10 minutes, then, and he
It's like
escapes.
a potion in Minecraft.
And it's just stuff I.
It's like
Kind of.
put your hands above your head. You're going down, and just starts fucking annihilating people. It's like,
That was so perfect.
oh
Yeah, it's like a Minecraft potion. Anyway, another movie I want to see is Get Out.
I'd highly
haven't seen
recommend
it
you
yet.
watch that movie.
Because I've been watching a lot of. This is tied into the third movie I want to see is like Saw. I don't know which one, probably the latest one, because I've been watching a lot of those. There's this new channel that started uploading how to beat every Saw trap.
Of
How to beat
course.
every trap in Saw 2. How to beat every trap in Saw 3. And I've been watching them, and they're like really like interesting. And then I was like, I kind of just want to watch one. And I was like, I actually like the videos because it kind of, I can watch the movie without having all the stupid stuff in between. I get the traps, and that's kind of what it's
Yeah.
all about, you know? But then I was like, I suppose I could watch one of them. And then I realized there's a new enough one anyways, 2017. So I could just watch that one. And then because I've been watching those videos, I saw someone said Get Out in a video or talked about
Yeah.
like the movie, and I was like, oh, I actually kind of want to see that one too, because it actually seemed interesting, and I know that they got like super praised for it. So yeah,
I put that
definitely
at the
wanna
top
watch
of your
that one as
list.
well.
I'd highly recommend that for sure.
You sure
Nah,
Minecraft
we
potion
should
shouldn't be.
save that for when there's nothing else to watch.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Wonder Woman 2 is
Right.
coming out in December.
I mean, Wonder Woman wasn't actually. I think I
25th,
liked
I
Wonder
think.
Woman.
Like,
I can't
actually.
remember if I liked it because I usually what I do is whenever a movie comes out in like the superhero franchise, I watch it on release, and then I'm like, because it's like the same as every other movie in the superhero franchise, you're like, oh okay, that was good. I enjoyed that. It was exactly the formula that I want to digest, and then I go about my day.
Yeah, but I think everyone, a lot of people, anyways, at least, will say that Wonder Woman had a different feeling to it, and it's like it's one of the better superhero movies. Not to mention, like the DCU or whatever. What is it? Is it DCU or is it DCEU? Anyway, they made some pretty bad movies. Like, you know, they had Man
Green
of
Lantern.
Steel. Okay, that was fine. Green Lantern. Then they also had Justice League, which was kind of meh.
I must say, having
then
like
they
a
also- and then
superhero like Wonder Woman has
Batman
been
versus
iconic
Superman
for
was
so
okay.
long. So, I mean, okay, not to get controversial here, right? But the past few years, many big name like what would the production companies are kind of shoehorning in pro feminism and like diversity into their movies, and
Yeah.
that usually, that
like
usually.
the Marvel stuff.
Oh my
She's
god!
not
yeah.
alone.
But yeah,
I hated that scene because it was so in your face that like I hate the one in Infinity War wasn't too bad because it was kind of like I got your back, sis.
oh
and that was
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But this one was like she's not alone, and they all like stood up and like charged together, and I was like, oh my god, like I get it, but like stop.
Yeah, like
shoveling
they
it
could
down
have
my
just
throat,
as
like, I
easily
see it.
put everyone
It's
standing
great,
beside
but-
her.
Or even if you put the girl,
Yeah,
in
at least
front and
have
the
it
guys
as
in the back.
everyone's there for you, because
To
it's
where,
not
you
like
know-
she is actually alone. Like she's fighting with everybody by her side.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, usually
Anyway,
usually
but
they
I do
shoehorn
see
in
what you mean.
a female main character where it was typically male, which you know, I don't personally agree with. Like if the role was meant for a male, it's meant for a male. If it was meant for a woman, it's meant for a woman. You know, like you don't want to shoehorn
James
in
Bond.
a male character playing Wonder Woman for equality, do you? Like, so why should you do it for things like
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
James
no,
Bond is
that
so
wouldn't-
iconically
that
like it's
wouldn't
a
work
it's a
out
male spy. It doesn't need to be changed. Like, no one's going to see the new James Bond movie, like, really? Another man? Like, no one's going to see that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just, that's what I meant. It's like, Wonder Woman has been meant for a woman, and it was played really well. I can't think of her name. Who plays Wonder Woman?
Who?
Yeah,
Oh,
very
Gal
well
Gadot.
played.
Yeah, but I think it's one of the better ones, for sure.
Should we? Yeah.
Like I actually think it's they did a better job at Wonder Woman than they would have done with a Batman movie.
Yeah, but I think Batman has had its
because I
kind
know
of
Batman.
time. Not saying that like they shouldn't make a new one, but like
Yeah, like I suppose you could say it was better than the Man of Steel
I agree.
movies.
Yeah,
for sure, and it would have been better than like one of the other heroes in that group. I think. I mean, other than like the Flash, maybe because I know that he's getting a movie soon, and I love the Flash, so I might like that one more.
Well, that's our recommendations for this week. Write them down on the list. Consume.
Yeah. Consume.
We should probably get into today's topic for once. It's been it's kind of been a minute since we've had today's topic.
Okay, well you can lead the charge because I don't study, so.
All right, yeah, sure. So getting into how I study, I haven't been doing a lot of major study in these past 2 weeks because I've been on top of my work, and the study I'm doing is more to do with interpreting concepts rather than learning definitions, even though there's a massive part of that in one of my modules looking at networking. But imagine calling out your module.
Yeah, you were trying to tell me about it, and I was like, what are you saying? You acted as if it was like regular chat, and I was like, man, I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop talking. It's like, I don't know what you mean.
When you're with people in your course for too long.
And you were like, yeah, but it's like X, Y, and Z. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know what that means. Like,
okay.
You were like, what do you mean you don't? You were getting like, as if like I was in the course with you. I was just like, what do you mean by sniffing packets? I was like, is he talking about drugs? Like, that's what I thought.
To clear that up, I'm not.
He was talking about
just, if you want to know,
sniffing
Google
out networking
Google
packets. I don't know what that. I still don't know what that means.
It's just Google sniffing packets networking if you're interested. Let me continue anyway. So what I used to do last semester, when I was studying a lot, was I take a massive amount of notes in class, which would be the main thing. So I wouldn't just write down main points. I take down like a lot of stuff, kind of restructure. And basically, I'm rewriting the PowerPoint they're giving me, kind of. Yeah. Basically, I do that, right? And then I take that and I have a nice look through it. And if they are neat notes and they're concise enough, I'll highlight them as a reread for myself.
Yeah.
And once I have them highlighted, then I'll move on to my next step. But if they're not nice and they're not concise, I'll actually rewrite them to be neater and more concise.
Yeah. Do you get access to the slides?
And then I'd highlight them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's.
So I can
if
go into the library and stuff.
With with what was it? Was it the accounting module or the statistics, or I think no, it was the statistics, I think, or both. It was both actually, but I did it. I remember the accounting one. I pulled up the slides on my other monitor so that like if he went to the next slide too quickly because he was going fast, I'd be able to.
That's how I do mine.
I'd be able to finish off my point before, because he was already on the next slide. And then if I need to fix up my notes afterwards, I can just go back and do it. But like, I haven't studied those yet because I've only got like each lecture. I've only done one of them, or each module. I've only done one lecture.
Yeah,
pretty much. So there's nothing really to study yet, But
that's what I used to do in the library. Yeah. It was a big habit of mine going into the library with that lecture and just rewriting it. Felt so satisfying.
Yeah, I need to like find some sort of app or something that you can make some really nice notes out of, and like use my drawing tablet or something to like make them look all good, because I don't have like an iPad Pro where you have that like really nice like notes app and stuff. because like you watched the same video, didn't you, about how the guy writes his
Yes,
notes,
yeah.
and like they look amazing, but I don't have an iPad Pro to do them.
Oh, an iPad Pro would be very nice. I would really like one, but definitely not with the money.
Oh
Like at
yeah,
all.
no, like
So
definitely not. Like all you really need is a laptop and a keyboard. Like that's all. Well, and the laptop has one, so you know.
that was tying me into what I want to do with my studies now. Is because what I used to do was after I had rewrote and typed them, I have like a physical copy. But then what I do is I type them up into OneNote,
Yeah.
and store them that way so I could view them. And I quite liked that. But what I'm thinking of doing now is so I was using like the markdown language that I was talking to you about earlier this week. For those who don't know what it is, it's like a type of syntax that you can write files with that kind of give them they make them look neat. It's used it's used mainstream in documentation for a lot of products and things. So you can specify what you want to be the title, paragraphs, if you want an image in there, kind of things, right? So I was thinking of doing that in a bunch of those files and storing them in that way, and then storing them on one of my private GitHub repositories. So I have access to them whenever.
Yeah.
Just because it'd look a lot neater than on OneNote, in my opinion. So, and it'd be a lot easier to access for me because I could get it on my phone. I could get it on my phone anyway, but
Yeah, what I could do is I could open up Photoshop and get my tablet and just like draw as if it was like an iPad, but like, you know, on Photoshop instead. And there's pen weight and all, and you know, all the colors and all this stuff, so I could make it look really nice. So I could do that. That might
yeah,
work kind of well, because then I have, you know, something visual as well, rather than just loads of writing. I mean, obviously there's some things that need to be written. And there's like you know, like tables for certain things and whatever. But yeah, so I was thinking I might do that. I might write them down on Photoshop with the tablet. I only just thought of this now, but might work. Same kind of style as the
yeah.
iPad.
I like to do that as the finished product, and I actually do it in my spare time. So I wouldn't
Do.
like.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I do it in my spare time, so I wouldn't type up my notes and be like, oh great, that was 45 minutes of study.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't ever think about it that way. Like I'll rewrite them and stuff, and I'll be like, that was study, because I literally just like word by word figured out what everything meant there and highlighted it and remembered it. But typing it up, I actually just find as a way to pass time, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy making neat little files. It'd be the same as if you were to do it up with a drawing tablet on an iPad Pro or Photoshop, like you were saying. It's my only way of doing it because I don't have a drawing tablet or anything.
Yeah, you could use your mouse though, but it'd be really messy.
Yeah, like my laptop does have a touch screen, but I don't have a pen,
Oh yeah,
and the top of the laptop doesn't come off.
yeah. So you can't like do it
So
nicely. Yeah.
yeah, I mean my dad's laptop is one of those Surface ones that, you know, detaches from the
Yeah.
keyboard, and it's touchscreen, and I think he has the pen. So it would be pretty cool to use, but he wouldn't give it to me. So I just have to dream about that for a while.
Yeah. But yeah, would you reckon it would be better to listen to the lecture like properly and pay attention, or take notes during it? And then, so if you listened, you do the notes after, or do you think it would be better to do notes during?
Yeah, you got to be very active with how you approach class, in my opinion. So by that I mean is, like, after my experience of doing a year of lectures isn't much experience, but it's enough for me to go off. It obviously depends on who your lecturer is. Like, do they tangent a lot? If so, just do the notes in class. They're probably chatting shit.
Yeah.
If they're very short and concise, you know, you can probably just follow along with them and do the notes with them, and you know, everything will be understood. That's usually my favorite, is when what they do is they go through the PowerPoint and then they explain the points, and that's it. That's all they do. They just explain them and get them in their own kind of terms, so I can write that down and do that. And then what happens a lot with every single lecture is they won't be in the PowerPoint or in slides or anything, and they'll just they'll mention something that's actually very important that's nowhere to be found. And it's not only crucial to your exam, because it's probably going to come up, it's something that you just need to know. For that, I usually have I just have like this kind of sheet that I can scribble stuff onto, and that would be it. Like, I don't have it like based on per class. I'll just do it, pick a random sheet for a random lecture, and if they say something important, I'll write that down. And then when I'm rewriting my notes, I can incorporate that stuff into it, because it's very hard to like write stuff slide by slide and include stuff that they just mentioned for the crack.
Yeah, you see, with it depends on the thing for me. Like, so with accounting, or yeah, for accounting, I'll probably listen, because when I was doing the notes, I was typing so quickly that I wasn't even listening.
Yeah.
So it was like I might as well have just not been there, and I could have just gone through the slides myself.
Yeah.
So
I
I think I
also,
should listen.
my experience
but then,
with typing notes versus writing notes, I think is very important.
yeah, I think I would be able to type faster than write, though. That's anything.
Oh yeah,
But
same.
like,
Yeah.
but I think the when it came to like the foundations of BIS, I was able to take small notes and write them down, and then if I wanted to go back, I would be able to. And I think what I need is like a nice middle ground where I have my notes open, and I'll take stuff down that may be important that I can't find in the slides, or he says, as a tangent, but it's like an important tangent. And then I won't race to write down everything in the slide, and I'll just do it later. I think I need to find that middle ground so that I'm not, going ahead, getting ahead of myself,
Yeah. So last year I used to basically retype the slides in the lecture, because I could type quicker than I could write, and that's what I used to do. But
Yeah.
bless me. But
Bless me.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what I found then was, this year I've been just writing. I haven't been typing up the notes as my first attempt. I'm writing them always, and it's way better for memory retention. Like, so much better for memory retention than typing. And it says it everywhere that that's true, but like, you really have to put it into your own practice to figure that out. And it's so useful to know. Like, just you could write out like half the lecture in the like, you could only get half the amount of information wrote than you would typing it. But if you had if you had a test between two people, and someone wrote up like 24 slides and someone wrote up 12, and you only gave them a test on like the first 12, the people that typed it up still wouldn't even remember it. Like, even if you gave them more of a lenience because they had more information to take in, they still wouldn't remember it. They'd just be like, oh, look how fast I'm typing. Oh, this is so neat looking. Blah, 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 blah. It's not actually useful for memory retention, but it's useful for storing notes. So you should do that at the very end, in my opinion. Store your notes.
Oh, like, as in I have them all on Word, and then I actually started writing them on Google Docs, and then that was on my computer, and I was like, I need them on my laptop too, so I copied and pasted them into Word.
Does Google not have a drive? The Google Drive? You could store them on there.
Yeah, it does, but I just don't use Google Drive.
Oh, you should really use it. It's very useful.
Plus,
like,
the Google Docs I was using was my personal one, because I just needed to get it open quick. I needed to get it open quickly during one of the lectures, so I just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, if you're using, do you guys get the Microsoft Suite, or did you just buy it yourself?
I don't know yet. My brother did, I think, but because he did.
Whatever, you get access to Google Suite anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
So if you're using Google Docs, set up your student account and set up OneDrive and put all your lecture notes on there, and then you can access it from whenever and save it to the drive, so you can go seamlessly between your machines.
But I what?
I
bought the Microsoft Office myself anyways, because I needed it, like, and I think it's good to have it myself. So
yeah,
that's why I just got it. But between you, me, and the wall, and everybody else listening, I got it for like 20 quid online. One of those kind of things. Got a key. Yeah. So that's just between me and the audience.
Me, you, and like 3 other people. So
yeah, like very, very big audience we have here. Like, we've got, I don't know, my mom. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to anybody else. I don't know. Nobody else has really told me they consistently listen. So
I
don't know.
still appreciate anyone that listens to any episode because
yeah, you
it's
don't have
nice
to
to
be
know someone's
consistent. You don't have to be consistent. You just have to be here.
all the time.
Or else.
Cox Magnum.
What? Why'd you say Cox Magnum?
So you're like, or else. Threatening. Cocking my
Oh.
Magnum.
Okay, I see. Oh.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Evan.
They're called Magnum. That's the name of the brand. What do you expect me to think?
Have a gun, you silly goose.
Anyway. Whoa, nice Glock. Anyway. So, I suppose we can get into the life pro tip. The weekly dose of life advice.
That's now our jingle.
That wasn't a jingle.
That
was
is
just
now. I'm segmenting that into every single episode.
Okay. This one is very different to the last couple we've had because the last few we've had are very emotion based. This is more just like a practical, and I would the flair on it is food and drink, but I would consider it to be more biological.
Right. Okay.
And it's advice because that's what this is. Drink less water at once. Your body can only consume up to 250 milliliters of water once every 15 minutes. If you drink more than this, it will go right through your system.
Ah. Okay.
So if you
This makes
chug
more
a
sense.
500 milliliter bottle of water, half of it doesn't even, help you.
Yeah, I don't know who does that though. I don't like. Obviously, I've seen people online, but
Is that why you pee more when you drink alcohol? Because you drink so much in such little time?
do you know what? That's actually a shout. Yeah, maybe.
It goes right through, and it does not like half of it doesn't get absorbed. Yeah, because
Knowing
sure,
me
if
now, I'll have a 250 milliliter glass and I'll drink it every 15 minutes just to ensure I get
You half your
absolutely
can.
blocked.
You half your can, and you just drink. Because if you drink like 2 cans in 30 minutes, you'll end up peeing loads.
Yeah, but then at the same
pee
time,
500 milliliters.
imagine having 2 cans in an hour. Take you ages to get blocked then, like.
Well, yeah, but that's due to the alcohol consumption then, rather than the peeing.
Yeah, so you either choose to get to
You either
pee
pee
loads,
loads or you get drunk, or you either get drunk and pee loads, or pee less and don't get drunk.
But the latter sounds way worse.
It actually does, yeah. But the only problem is you get caught up in a conversation with someone, and you're like, I really need to pee, but this is one of those deep drunk chats. You'd want to leave, but you just can't.
You just ask them, do you need to pee? And they'll go, oh yeah, and then they'll run.
I never thought about that.
And you think, oh, that's a weird question. It doesn't matter. You're both locked. There isn't any weird questions when you're locked. Like, you just go, so didn't you say you needed to pee? They won't remember that they didn't ask you. And they'll go, oh shit,
swear,
yeah, because
if
they
you
will
say
need
that
to
to
pee
me-
at all times.
If you say that to me at any point, at any party, or out anywhere, I will look at you with the most dead eyes possible.
I won't
I'll
say that
know.
to you because I'm going to look at you and go, I need to pee, and I'm going to go to the toilet.
Yeah, and I'll go, I know. Yeah, I suppose that's really it. I mean, there's nothing really more you could say about peeing.
Yeah, if you want any more information on water and your consumption of it, follow r/hydro homies on Reddit. I like it
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can just be normal and not do that. It's up to you, really. But it's whatever.
Slating my subreddits.
Yeah. I recommend that you guys click the link in the description because you will see our Twitter, our YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. Did I say YouTube?
Yes.
Our Patreon, our website. You can check it all out, no matter what platform you're on. So check
I've
it out.
noticed that's a common trend of people that have a podcast. It's like, oh, you guys have a podcast, and then it's like a vlog or something, and then they shout out this guy, and it's like, oh yeah, follow this on wherever you get your podcasts.
I heard that recently. I heard like wherever you get your podcast, and I was like, huh? I was like, are they robbing us?
I was like, is that just a thing people say? And it makes sense because it's a because everyone knows where you'll get a podcast realistically. Like,
Yeah.
if it's if it's not on Spotify, it's on iTunes, and if it's not on either, then what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, we need to finish that trailer soon. So those of you who are listening, stay tuned. We say wherever you get your podcast in the trailer.
yeah,
It's more of a promotional vid than a trailer, but it's whatever.
yeah, still a WIP.
Yeah, we kind of took a break from it for a bit, but we'll get back into it. Fix it up, post it eventually. But I suppose at the end of a podcast, you're not going to say wherever you get your podcast because they're already here.
Yeah,
But that's why I would be like whatever platform you're on, because chances are they're listening on some platform. One of the three that are in the Linktree link. What is it again? It's like linkt.re
slash chat lab. There you go. Finally got the Linktree link.
linkt.re REE, by the way, like tree. But yeah, I suppose that's it. So
Yeah.
we're done. We
Guess about to wrap it up for this week.
yeah, definitely. So I suppose it's time for the traditional bye.
Bye.